Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Oh. Get that out of there. What are we watching? Ooh, what are we watching? Yeah. What the F is this show going through? I don't know. I don't care no more. I'm just watching nonsense, boo. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we actually still doing here? Why are you tuning in? Like, get out of here. Go home at this point. Just go home, kids. We don't need to be here today. I'm seeing you because I had to have some libations just to get up here today to feel my chest up into this kind of conversation because I just do not care no more. And I love España. I love Spain. Shout out to everybody in Spain. I love Drag Race España. But when I tell you, like, what are we still doing here? Like, it just doesn't. I told y'all, and I tried not to make it my main opinion, but I told y'all that it felt like the Supreme and Friends show. And if that's what it's going to be, that's fine. But I would have liked an entire bumper at the end or at the beginning of any sort of poster, episode, by the ways. And it felt like that energy throughout the entire season. And I called it because what I'm looking at is not a competition. But at the same time, this is not the queen's fault. So please don't send hate to the queens. Don't send hate to the producers. Do not send hate to the judges. At this point, I have given up. But I'm watching the show, trying my best just to finish it out as a completionist, okay? I'm trying to finish it. I'm trying to. But I'm just ready for Drag Race Mexico at this point, in Brazil whenever they want to drop it, in France. And I know I haven't done the international seasons, well, at least the lightly baked ones, but I'm going to get into these other ones for sure because that's going to be our end of summer sort of going into fall spiel here. So, get ready for that. Why are we making noises? I don't like this. I'm on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, I love y'all down. So I want to lightly talk about this. Ooh, so light dressing. Light on the calories. That just a little bits and pieces here because my care factor was low, and that's sad when I want to give these people some time. But I was just like, hurry this up so I can watch another thing happen. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, Marta, but I'm just telling you from my feeling of seeing it. I'm like, that's what I got. And that's what I keep getting every time I watch it. It's so weird. And then I'm going to talk about the smaller bottom Javi. I'm going to talk about him because this week it was so weird to watch the show. And everybody's critiques were interesting. And when we got to Kelly, it was like he forgave her for the sloppiness. And then we get to Ornella, and it's a complete dragging. We get to Clover. It's a complete dragging. And I'm like, hold up. Hold up. How are we going to say I'm used to this now? You gave someone a pass for not looking good. And then you get over here and it's it took me out of it today. And I sat there and watched how Ornella and Clover felt backstage. And I know they both have made, or at least Ornella has made a statement in reference to this and all that. But it just feels weird. It just feels weird. Okay, let's get to it, everybody. Let me stop being on my rant about this. I already know how I operate. I do want to get my social medias out the way, get this started. It probably will be within an hour for this episode, and I'm going to get back to Diablo 4 because I'm trying to finish the story mode so I can have a horse. Ride a cowboy. So I have Matty Rants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the Matty Rants. You can find that in the Linktree link description. I hate how I always do that. Linktree link in the description. Please click that link. It'll take you to my places like Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. Find me in all those special places. Desiree, I don't know if I gave this time, but I really needed to give it to you, baby. Thank you for the super chat. Stop it, Matty. We're here for you. I love you down. Thank you, baby. I just finished my reaction for Patreon. By the way, that's a part of my little spiel here. If you want to be a part of my Patreon crew, it's as low as $1 a month. I reacted to this episode and many other shows that I talk about, and I just finished editing it, and I'm going to have it uploaded, so it'll be up like an hour or so. But Mamo-chan is the actual best thing about the video, because for the first time, and that was the first time it happened, he popped up on the couch. It got in my back of my head and nuzzled all over my face and all that kind of stuff while the video was happening. So I was like, oh, this is going to be an adorable moment during the video. But other than that, I was making so many faces during that. But thank you, Desiree. Peace to Mateo. Thank you for the super chat. I'm tired of Fievel, aka Little Javi, apparently going west or into orbit, into space with his logic. And I hate his faces when he talks to the people too. It's like, oh girl, you look so angry. Calm down. But yeah, find me on Patreon. It's a good time. I'm also bookable on Cameo. Once again, to be clear, I do this all for entertainment. This is not meant to be a scathing review or get her, Jade. This is not that sort of spiel. I do get emotional sometimes, and my points may be very sharp, but it's not meant to be malicious or to malign anyone. If anybody takes it personally, that's not my intention. But if it's going to go there and you want to get there, you can go somewhere else with that, right? So with that being said, disclaimer, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. I need to put gender in there, or gender. All opinions expressed by MattyRants and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet, and no hate should be sent to any of the individuals or shows or individuals mentioned on this program. So please don't be rude. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this, consume a little bit of Mattivia at dragqueenmerch.com. Shout out to dragqueenmerch.com. I talked to Bible Girl today. Bible Girl, we're going to have on the panel, I'm going to go ahead and bring her on one of the episodes when she's got a free Sunday, as well as do a co-review with her. If y'all would like to see Bible Girl be one of my special guests for just a review on Drag Race, like especially with this All Stars 8 coming up, let me know. Because she hit me up today. She was like, yeah, let me know if you want me to do it, girl. And I was like, oh, bitch, I would love your opinion on this. I want your opinion on it. But yeah, that's low key my boss. Well, at least with the relationship we have with dragqueenmerch.com. So shout out to Bible Girl. I'm coming over there. You can get tank tops, t-shirts, and stickers. If you want to drop a tip in my jar, please and thank you. Thank you to all those who have tipped me over the years, over the days, over the months, over the minutes, really. Super chats included here, but it's PayPal.me /MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, Venmo MattyRants. I'm mush mouthing this. Please forgive me. I'm realizing I'm mush mouthing this. Forgive me. Okay. Houston is under a heat advisory. So if it's really hot where you're at right now, I hope you're staying cool. Please protect yourselves out in the sun and wear some sunscreen. Doesn't matter what kind of melanin you got, you can end up with something that you really don't want to have. So please take care of yourselves. It's currently 99 degrees outside. They told me I had to have my AC at 75 or 76 so it wouldn't burn out my AC and it would overfreeze. But the index is saying that it's 108. So it's 99, however. So I'm not leaving the house today, that part. And I've decided to stay in, and it's actually going to be 100 plus for the next week or so. For those of you who are wondering, this is what my weather is going to be looking like over the entire next couple of days. So please pray for me. Because Matty hates the heat. So all my appointments that I've made, everything I've done, it's all early in the day. Period. That's it. Beginning early in the morning. After that, don't catch me past 12. I'm in this house. All right, let's get this started today. Let's try to have a fun conversation about this television program that at the end of the day, let's say they have a season 4, I'm still going to tune in. I'm going to hope it's not what I witnessed in the season 3, but I am still going to tune in. As much as I said, what is this? What's happening here? What's going on with the show? I'm still going to be there. I just don't like this one right now based off of decisions that are being made and the way critiques coming from a particular set of two have been this entire season. It's like, Jesus. I did see the All-Stars España. Well, it depends on how that goes down with the rule. Yeah, that we have to wait and see. That's where I'm at with that one. But listen, there are 5 people left in this competition after Bestia was sent home, even though I thought that she was one of the Bestia people in the competition. That was stupid and corny, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it because that's me. But you can definitely tell that one is hanging on by just a little tiny thread, while the rest are there pretty much solid as a rock, but not really, to be honest with you. I blanked out at this point, y'all, when I was watching because I really could tell that Clover was already going to be in a position to go home, even though I saw the spoilers for it. But it just kind of felt like, okay, what are we about to do today? And it's a makeover challenge, and ooh, that's going to be tough. However, they have a mini challenge where, okay, whoever is doing the subtitles for Wow Presents Plus in America, you, honey, let me show you what they said about the tortillas that they were slapping each other with, because what I read on the screen was not tortillas, even though I heard tortas come out of Supreme's mouth, and I was like, I sat there like, what the fuck is going on here? Now, everybody looks a little crazy. Some look a little normal, but, it's a 5-minute quick drag. We're given this mini challenge of holding water in our mouth, and they have to slap each other with tortillas, okay? Now, this is what came up, and it better be up here. Yup. When I was watching it today, and it was pancake. Now, I don't know how you got pancake out of tortilla. Look at how I'm saying it. Very Texan. Like that, Pete, honey, whoa. I was like, pancake? I sat there for so long, and I was like, pancake? Why did they put pancake? This isn't breakfast. This is an IHOP. I mean, if it was pancake, what franchise would have this? I'm like, who is the person in charge of this? Whew. They got to get it together, because I guarantee you there were folks somewhere out in a bar somewhere talking about, did you see them slapping each other with pancakes? I promise you. To me, I don't know where the pancake bit came from. I still don't think it made sense. I could have seen crepe. A crepe I could have seen, but I was looking at it for myself, and I'm like, I mean, those look like just flour tortillas. Real talk. Now, it really would have been a gas. It would have really been a gas if it had been corn ones. Tortitas, like that, Marta, instead of tortillas, like how we say out here. Child, listen, every time I go into somewhere that's very authentic and I start to speak off of the menu, I'm like, I know they're wearing me out in the back because my when I'm talking. Okay, but I'm glad everybody had their own drink, because to me, I thought for a second when they put their mouths on it, I was like, oh, are they all going to drink from the same bottle? Dear God, the saliva and the swing of it all of the new ecosystems that would form in people's bodies. I'm kidding. But they basically would roll the dice. The first person would be picked. And then after that, it would be rolled again. And then it's whoever they have to go against. The idea is to not have any of the liquid come out of your mouth while you're doing something silly as slapping each other with tortitas, right? So everybody lost against Petita, who apparently has a very good, strong hold on the mouth with liquids in there. She's not a swallower, clearly, but a spitter. So she might have to hold it in and run to the bathroom real quick and go kapatoo. It's disgusting. I know. Sorry, modern. Not that kind of humor. This ain't Kelly Roller over here. Hold on. Or Vanya, really, if we talk about it. But I thought this was really silly, how this played out. Of course, they got on the ground. I didn't realize, because at first I didn't notice this, but every tortilla that everybody, or tortitas, excuse me, that everybody had was on this rug. And I thought to myself, oh my God, people have been spitting on this. So they're standing on backwash all over that rug and the food, and now rolling in it. And I was like, oh God, how I would need a bath after this. Ew. Wow. Ew. It's a fun challenge. Not my kind of, I would not want to participate, bitch. I would take the first thing and spit and run. Honey, we are not giving up nobody's rug. That's nasty. I wanted Ornella to win this. I really did. When she spit at her, who? I was like, oh my God. I felt like some people took that as something they wanted to see. For those who don't like Petita, but I don't dislike her, but I'm just like, for the girls that are mad at her, it was like, I'm sure that was a satisfying moment to see. Either way, let's get past this. Petita wins, and she gets, what's the word I'm looking for? She got samples from a cosmetic company, which I thought was interesting. I was like, oh, okay. Samples. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Now, this week is the makeover challenge, and the people who they are making over are cleaners, such as custodians, janitors, those in part, taking care of waste at certain locations, like hospitals, say schools, or say cleaning companies, this, that, and the other. And, it wasn't samples. Oh my God, Marta, what was it? Because the translation said samples from this company. And I was like, samples? I said, why are they getting samples? I thought to myself, why are they getting samples? She could go to Sephora and walk in and just have a consultation and get samples. That's why I was like, baby, I can't. Oh my God, this here look like family. Listen, this looks like an entire family, to be honest with you. But no, listen, I'm glad they did something like this. People who are janitors and custodians, those who work in that field, are not respected by some people, or a certain group of folks sometimes, but they are needed and necessary as a part of making everything go round. So if they weren't there, would you do it? You barely clean your own house right now. I'm not talking to y'all, but I'm just saying, to folks that always put people down for something like that, that's ridiculous. And again, always talk to those folks. When I used to have my 9-to-5 job at a bank, I was cool with the custodians and stuff, because one, I can see people working their ass off to make sure everything's good, but I'm also not going to make their life difficult. So I was very good for already having my trash put together when baby girl got there, because it was this lady who I used to like. But yeah, it was just, we would always talk, all that kind of stuff like that. Anywho, all of these people are, different folks from different backgrounds, different lifestyles. I did check out at this moment because I was like, okay, this is interesting, but hey, whatever. Petita picked the people for the queens. Okay, she chose the man over here, this good fella right here, who happened to already have drag experience. So yes, perfect. That's smart. I would have done the same thing until I saw what they look like later, and I was like, oh, well. Anywho, Mama right over here, she went over to Vanya, which I thought was she would have been my second choice, to be honest, because she's already has some feminine features and maybe easier to work with in the face. That's where my mental thinking would be going. Now, these three gentlemen over here, if this picture were to be taken out of context, we might think that these two men are like a couple, and this is their son, who's like straight. But this you can't fit. You would think if we could just take this out of context, but no. The cute one, okay, or went to Ornella. Matt, get your memories together. This fellow went to Clover, and he went to Kelly. I think honestly, everyone had some work to do with this. Of course, it's a makeover challenge. It's not your face. You're used to your face. Some people have worked in makeup with others, but looking at someone's face, finding out the structure, it's very hard. So to all five of them, I send them love, and I know it. I get it. Trust and believe, makeup is not easy. So when you're having to work with a different face and then also be part of a challenge, this can be kind of tricky and difficult. So I felt like Clover had the most work to do with the man that she got. And I thought that Petita picked someone good who clearly, obviously has had heel walking experience. But how the mug gonna look? Kelly did get lucky in getting the comedian because, of course, he has stage presence. He's not going to be a little timid person on the runway. And, I was honestly interested in Vanya and her partner's relationship. She did push Vanya a lot, but they did have a moment where they were talking about experiences that they've had, or at least with Vanya, in terms of getting beaten up outside after leaving the club, which is ridiculous. But just, seeing people giving, I should say, a tuck or a fuck about another person's life and asking questions is always something I like to see, because when you're looking at a show, if the narrative is only driven on one person and how they feel and what's going on, and it's not being handled within a group where some folks have to start the engine to, like, say, the car, go boom and all that. That's what I saw this week. It was not just about the people who were, they were making over. It was about them learning about these queens and finding out their backgrounds and seeing where they come from, and understanding more about drag and say queer lifestyle if they weren't a part of it. But yeah, I was, it was light work. It's one of those episodes, you know how it is. But Valentina, I love how she's here. And then, of course, now she's hosting Drag Race Mexico. So this makes perfect sense. Theresa May, what's up? We want to see your baby back on TV soon. I think we will. I think we will. I don't know. Well, I couldn't say that for everybody on Drag Race. I think we'll see them back on TV again, because there's always the possibility. But no, Valentina No Brows, looking gorgeous here, is walking through the workroom and, of course, talking to the queens. I think the Clover interaction was the most adorable thing on the planet. Clover's face when she was hugging her was like stuck between like shock and crying out of happiness and and like, is this real? It was so funny. It was so funny. People were dragging Valentina for her Spanish on the internet. Really, I can't speak on it. Honey, I can't speak on it, so I'm not gonna say nothing, baby. So, from what I understood, she spoke very good. Very good. I do love that she gave the Miss Venezuela way of posing and doing the walk and how to stand with the presence. I said, oh, I need to look at videos of Miss Venezuela. Gave me ideas. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, my goodness gracious. Y'all, my apologies if this is not like the funnest thing ever, but for me, it just was like, okay, this episode, like, let's get the ball rolling here. I still feel weird that Pink Shadora, Paquita, and Bestia are not here. And it's not, anything against the other queens, and it's not, I mean, I don't know who to blame. It's just, it feels really weird that I watched this show and I could see people with the star quality, with the factor, and it was never. It just does not seem real. And then for Ornella to be here on episode 9 with not one win, and Clover, it just doesn't make any sense. And then there was a point when Petita says in her confessional, like, it's going to be so boring if I win again. I could not handle that. I couldn't handle that. I thought, wow, what a thing to say. Like, we all agree, but at the same time, I'm like, what? Oh man, it just doesn't feel real. Like, it feels like I'm watching us just waiting inevitably for Petita to win, or after this week's episode, like, I mean, give it to Vanya, because it's I was having a really bad time initially, and then I found my stride and showed up at the end. You know what I mean? Which I can see, but I'm like, that's the two narratives that I can only pull together from what they're giving me as a follower who would like to be like, hey, excited about a TV show, versus having 4 people up there that could give, this one could win, this one could win, this one could win, that one could win. That's what I was looking for. I don't want it to be so obvious of the 2 outcomes that are going to happen. And this sort of takes place through a lot of the Drag Race franchises, and however production or judging wants to build this up with the people they choose to eliminate and continue on the competition. We can also factor in, yes, packages may not be the best, or they may not present as well, but it's, again, we'll get to judges in a second. It was the commentary given today that made me go, see, this is that bullshit. And not saying Kelly didn't do a good job, but like, you dead ass told us as viewers, as you were saying this to Kelly, you don't care that it's busted. You don't care that it don't look good. I don't think that people should be sending stuff to Kelly, though, because I saw on Twitter that she posted something from Instagram. Someone got in her inbox and just like let her have it. And it's like, what? Like, that's not necessary. That's not necessary. Like, just because Kelly is being given a great edit right now does not mean that we have to go out and seek Kelly's attention to be like, get her, Jade. No, that's not how it works, babe. Kelly is a part of a show that this is what they want to see of Kelly, and that's why Kelly is in the position that she's in. Same thing goes with everybody else on the show, which it's sad that some of our people left, that I feel, but I'm not going to go out and attack somebody on some bullshit like that. Like, that's ridiculous. Even the Kahana and Heidi stuff from yesterday. Shout to everybody that watched that video, including the person who then made a post that literally was directed. Like, girl. I was like, oh, funny you have those, but I'm not telling nobody that's an alt. Anywho, I was like, but babe, okay, Matt, I was like, well, I mean, it's not the tour, but listen. I had a fun time. Listen, if I could talk about the drama, I will talk about it, but it's only if it actually is something that I can balance out. If it's like one way, it can be like tough for me, but I like it when I can balance out what is being received. And we were blessed with having Heidi in Closet in the chat to also give some of her perspective and also take her L's and the things that she did wrong and all that kind of stuff. But like all of that, and then that weird alt account that came in there. Like, can you imagine if that was Miss Mama upset? I was like, come on, like it's opinions. We all have opinions. We all have them. But nothing should amount to violence or amount to threats or, completely losing the ability to differentiate like your normal day-to-day life and how you live with a reality television show that's made for your consumption as a viewer. That's it. Like, it's really not that difficult. But it's the people who get lost in the, I guess the surrealism of it all or whatever, that need to base their life within things that are fictional, that this always ends up being a problem with. And then we can't enjoy shows because now a fictional story, a fictional moment, something that because that is reality TV. It really did happen, but the edit that we're given and how things are presented is done almost in a fictional, non-fictional, you know what I mean? Like it's very like not the true story. We weren't there the whole day. We didn't go home with nobody. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. People just taking it too seriously. It gets ridiculous. And of course, I receive some stuff. Some other people may feel some kind of way. And I'm just like, okay, girl, you can talk to your mama or your daddy. You ain't got none of them. BetterHealth.com. Because I'm not the one. Again, like I was talking about, it was nice to see these conversations with Vanya and Kelly. And, one thing about Kelly, I do want to say, so that way it's not like, fuck Kelly. And it's not, even though I'm not like the biggest fan of what she's given on the show. Kelly is very open about where she came from in her story and her time, I guess, doing drag and of course, being an entertainer has, built a wealth of knowledge of, information of situations that she's been through. But one thing I like about Kelly, she's an open book. And the same thing goes for Ornella. And a lot of the queens, honestly, but it's listening to Kelly. Kelly is like in my age group. So when I'm hearing her talk, it's relatable in a sense to me understanding where she comes from because I am familiar with her the old school style of drag that has a little bit more of a crass, more of a little bit of that kind of humor to it. It's a little bit more vulgar sometimes. It can go there, but there's also the pageantry girls, the buckers, all that kind of stuff. So, like I enjoy these moments from España and I appreciate them for still including these and it not feeling so fake or disingenuous like it does for another show. Now, to the judges. For those who saw my drag performance, I have something very similar to this, very much that I wore for my performance. So I was, there for this look, but I'm also like, what is happening here? I think Supreme looks amazing. I think Valentina is gorgeous. And I love how Anna Locking looks. Right over here. Mm-hmm. Like he comes there with a wrinkled shirt, trying to read people. It'd be gagging me, y'all. I'd be like, like it's never hitting, sis. Anywho, let's get to these makeovers, darling. And they were supposed to make them into princesses, so that was sort of the bit of it all. Even though for me it was really weird. It was really weird. Like, okay, Marta, help me with this one as they were talking about, doing these makeovers and turning them into drag princesses. Everyone had sort of like a wand and they were like, doom, doom, and or they were doing some sort of moment with like, magic or whatever. To me, it led me into thinking that they were going to do a transformation or a reveal every single time. And I was like, okay, so no, this is just them being princesses. And that's just it. I swear, the sound effects, the full work of it all, every time someone was like, I'm going to do this, I was like, okay. Fairy godmothers, it's a Cinderella thing. You see how out of it I was watching this? It's like, I don't know if I care anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to miss the reunion and just get to the finale, just to be real with you. Me being extra, and I know this is not what happened, but I'm just giving a light critique on I know it's a makeover, so it's hard to do with people who have never done drag, but like for me, with the Cinderella bit, I feel like there should be a reveal. That's all. Like a giant cape, at least the cape, and then like a surprise factor. I don't know. I think, yep, that's where my mind is at. I'm sticking to those guns. If you're gonna do that, it should be more revealy versus we're gonna walk down and bing, this is my this is my princess, and I'm the fairy. Nah. It's fine. It's fine. Let me stop being difficult here. Let me stop. Do you think the reunion would be a waste of time? I don't know. I want to watch it to see people who went home that I liked, but I'm also gonna be sad to like, I don't know. I can't get into the top 4 except for like one person. And then Yeah, to be honest with you. I can't do it. And I know the one that I'm rooting for isn't gonna win. So that's just why I'm like, I mean, I'll still watch it, but because I'm a viewer. It just it's a weird way this show has been going. But let's talk about this look and let's be, fair here. I think that Petita looks really good and it's definitely giving me the godmother feels of it all. And I do like how she made this dress. There's a couple of details that are a little off just a tad bit, but not too much. I think the hair color matching is great. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the face, but yeah. Other than that, it's a good look. It's a nice look. People liked it. Now, I will say I have to give Kelly some time here because I was like, okay, she painted the fuck out this face. I wasn't mad at how Kelly did this face. The dress is kind of weird. Like you talked about Ornella not having shape, and this literally looks like a lampshade. Like the face though and the hair was right, and I think the way she presented this on the runway with, of course, doing the magic and making them happy in that storyline, it was there. You know what I mean? Those beige skates get on my last nerves, but that's her thing. That's her dues. That's her what's. But I thought it was still a cute presentation. I thought it was, an inverse Pixar lamp, if you will. I just thought to myself, they dead ass sat there and were like, "This looks like crap. The fabric is cheap, but we're gonna let it go." Meanwhile, I don't know. That's what bothered me a bit. Now, I will say, Ornella's look, while it may be draped, like they say, in sort of pins, I thought somehow she made herself look really, really cute. Now, the young man in this drag, who possibly looks like some demon ate Miramangle and became them, very much that. Like, what's going on here? And it turned out like, let me not do that. But it's no. I'm not a fan of how the look came out, but I just found it to be weird that the energy one person got of you could do that didn't go. I just thought that was weird. And I also don't like how they said how she's not doing her best, or she's like wants to go there but then doesn't, and it seems like you're being timid but you're not. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Even for the hair runway, like you play her every single time. Tell me I'm lying with that joke I just gave. Tell me I'm lying. I'm giving you the truth. Like I think Ornella looks pretty. I just other mama, and it didn't really give God, you know, mother for me. So I can see why she was in the bottom. But I found his critiques to be a little pointed, you know, like that's all. Like, hey, like okay, it's not the greatest thing, but you're not going to just turn this bitch over here. No, excuse me for saying that, but you're not going to just let Kelly know her shit's crap, but we like you, and then do this same thing to me, but tell me I'm not doing anything and I'm not giving all of that. Like, no, she is. Trust me, the audience can see that, but you just don't for some reason. Now, Clover Bish, listen, I think her outfit's cute. I think Clover's outfit's cute. I think Clover looks great. Now, Sam at Academy Sports and Outdoors over here, the right stuff, the right price. Academy out here, Marta, there's a sports store called Academy Sports Store, honey. And you can already imagine what kind of people go up in there. I'm telling you. Uh, they buy guns. I'm kidding. I shop at Academy when I want to get nothing. I used to shop at Academy when I was a kid and I was playing sports, but now I get all my sports stuff from Target. Oh, no, I don't anymore because they decided to take down the Pride stuff. Whoop. I just order it online. Yeah, at this point. But no, she tried her best, but I'll call it what it is. She made the corset was made. It's fabric, it's wrapped, and boom, that's it. That's it. That little camel bump right there. My goodness. I know Clover was trying to make a story out of this, but it was the whole turn the TP into a fabric. It was the exchange. It was bad. But I still enjoyed what she gave, and I love that she tried and that she did put her best in. And she looks good. It's just, whoa! I thought it was Panto for just a second. I thought that was what's that baby's name? Copper Top. I thought, oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. Now, okay, I'll be real with you. As much as I actually really like the dress that Vanya made for her partner, and how Vanya looks like she's about to possibly go to a funeral for somebody who was born in 1887 that just now died, or Liza Minnelli if she gave up. But listen, I did not see Godmother or Cinderella from this. I saw, very, it's like they have money, but what's the word? I'm in the middle of a video. I'll call you right back. Right back. I love you so much. Goodbye. Okay, sorry. That was Bleecker. For those of you who remember, Bleecker and I are going to be doing a movie podcast. So be prepared for the movie podcast that we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about movies with you. Some of those episodes will be on YouTube. Some will be, I believe, on Apple Podcasts, but be on the lookout for that soon. We're doing a movie podcast. It's going to be fun. Like, you could have told me that these people were going to, what was that show called on HBO Max? It's by the same people who did Downton Abbey. What was it called again? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my my goodness. Oh my goodness. I forget the name of the show. I actually enjoyed it. I'm kind of excited for season 2. But fuck, what's that show called? They look like they're characters in that. Gilded Age. Thank you. That's what I'm getting in their new money, and they've just rolled in there. And of course, Miss Mama's gonna be like, "What is she wearing?" Or I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get Godmother, and I don't get it, and I don't get Cinderella from this. I get 2 rich old ladies who are always showing up to certain occasions and events dressed like this, and it's not required. And they come in there and they do the absolute most. But I do like how they look. I don't see the assignment. So I think that I was like, Vanya, what? Oh no, but she did make the lady look good. She looks good. She does. I just saw something else. Like, I saw something completely different. They're like, they said a gothic princess. I was like, where? I thought the hobbies were smoking some good shit, bitch. I'm sorry. I said the hobbies are on that stuff, huh, ma? They said I said who? Who? Oh my goodness. With that makeup? Really? You sure? Okay. Oh, there you go, Dawn. There you go, Dawn. Angelica Houston from The Witches. You are absolutely correct. Now that I could agree with. That's the time frame. There you go. 80s. There you go. Not even that age from the Gilded Age, honey. Let's get up here, okay? Little Edie shit. No, but I think that Vanya did a good job in terms of working with her partner. It is a great look. I just didn't get the category. I did like it though. I was just like, oh, this is interesting. I said somehow Vanya still look older than that lady. Okay, I am not doing this picture moment of let's revisit your trauma as a child. I do appreciate that a lot of the commentary that was given was positive towards each other. Lord knows I'd be a mess if I saw a picture of myself and they were like, speak to you, because God only knows how I got here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Because it's been a journey. And, a lot of people have a lot of emotional trauma still that they haven't even, gotten to the center to sometimes. And when you see things like that and say pressure cooker situations like this and you're asked to then speak, you can be a wave of emotion. So yeah, I'm not going to put us through that drama. What I will put us through, like I've been saying, is the judges' critiques. I can't get into. It's been the worst season of the judges' critiques. Commentary has been crap. And the biggest crap load of them all are these two, in my opinion. I was such a fan season 1 and season 2. Not Clark Kent and not Bruce Wayne over here. Like, I mean, like, I think it's tone. It might be tone. Like, no, it's some of the words too that are being used in their critiques, but I think the tone is the biggest issue for me. And the way it's presented in such a form of disappointment, it wears me out, because I see sometimes with other shows how other people respond with like critiques and whatever. There can be moments when I feel Michelle is more critical versus, say, disappointed. T.S. Madison will, throw a joke here and there. If it's ranging from disappointment, it comes with a better tone. Do you hear what I'm saying? But with him, it's like there's attitude and disappointment in almost everything that is said. And then it comes from a place of, you should know better. And it's like, it feels like I'm looking at season 1 of Canada with a particular JBC chap lips. And it feels like that. Like the tone is all off for me personally. And so as I'm listening to it, I hear like the music that they're playing and the way that it changes up. And it's like, I don't know if they had a whole, like Marta. It's funny because listen, but how are their opinions that different from season 1 and 2? They used to be excited about drag. No, that's the thing though. Their opinions, if I were to make a difference here, just going back, it was never with this sort of like I say, attitude and tone. It was very, if they had something critical to say, it didn't feel like it came from like a gross place. Like, even go back and look at my reactions. You'll see how I feel about when they say stuff. It's like, okay, that was on point. He's not lying. Like, we were there for them. And it also felt a little bit more embraceable for these two. Now it doesn't feel that way. It feels like it's a lot of this. I don't want to see that. I don't like this. It's just, it's a whole lot of for me. So I don't know. Like, again, I'm going to give season 4, if it is to be a shot. I just hope they don't go through this. We need to say something crazy like we've been doing. I don't know. I'm here for them not liking something and also giving their honest critiques. It's just the way they're doing it. Like, even like, look at how Jiggly does it on, Drag Race Philippines, as someone who has been on a show that has already been getting the critiques from judges before, from both, say, All Stars and a regular Drag Race season. And now she's one of the judges. Is when she talks to them, she has a moment of, I don't like this. No, ma'am. But it's never coming from a place of being like, girl, like, you're shit, or this is, I just do not. I just really cannot. Like, even Anna lately for me has been getting on my nerves a little bit, because, I hear where she's coming from, but she even is a little bit critical when it comes to the fashions. And then it just, I don't know. It just, as a viewer, it's a struggle just to listen sometimes, because I don't know. Really, Marta? That's crazy. Well, yikes. You know what? Hey, at All Stars may be the redemption season for them. It happens sometimes. Sometimes the show needs a reset in the formula and bring back people that are well liked and people who we want to see again, and change it up. But they just got to work on They just got to work on how it's presented, because we enjoy critiques. We like it when the judges get grimy and get a little gritty, but it can't be consistently every episode. Like, there can be one episode when we're like, Michelle was on some bullshit, maybe even two, but like, just like as the seasons progress, and then you see certain critiques that happen, and then things are not applying to others, and yet they're telling someone else the same. I just felt really very defeated for these two, because you knew it's those two. There's no way. Like, the whole bit with Kelly was really ridiculous. Whenever we got there, and it's like, Kelly, you did it. It's like, no, she's safe. Like, stop that. Like, let's not do this today. All Stars was filmed right before the season aired. Oh, wow. So no one from this season's on. Oh, no. Oh, this is me crying because I'm like, Paquito on Bestie. Like, this is me screaming because it's like, no, we wanted these babies to get a chance to. Oh, forgive me, y'all, for the screaming. I'm just, oh my God, Marta, you broke my heart. You broke my heart. Sorry. Oh, she broke my heart. Wait. Somebody, not in the chat. Somebody just get in my Twitter and send me something. I need to know something. Right before the season. Oh, right before the season aired, I did not do well in school. Read, Matthew. I did not do well in school. I reacted. Aired, not filmed. Okay. Okay, listen. I was like, oh my God. Okay, I wonder who the three are. Oh God, please only be people. Well, be quiet. Okay, let's continue. Vanya wins. I'm happy for Vanya. No shade to Vanya. Happy for Vanya. At least somebody's close to Petita in terms of wins, to where there is some possibility of not a clear sweep like last season. Kelly is saved. She is in the Art Simone gallery of queens who have been eliminated from a competition, returned, and then makes it to the finale without a win. One more time. Play slow consistently. Went home, gone for a couple episodes, came back, no wins, top 4. All right. I don't dislike Kelly, but come on now. It's just, what? She's now in the Art Simone gallery. It just, we're doing what? I wouldn't be shocked if she was the crown the winner. I bet you fucking money. No, she didn't win the comedy challenge. That was Vanya that won that. They weren't. Okay, so check this out, Luca. I'm about to get you. I'm about to clear you. You gonna catch this. They weren't counting the people who came back into the competition in terms of wins. Just the people who were still in the competition. So Vanya got the money, not Kelly. I need you to gag that. Kelly just got the opportunity to come back into the competition. But here's the thing. I'm saying all that about Kelly, but when I talk about Ornella, I'm going to be like this. Girl, if they crown Ornella, the way I'm going to scream and shout with no wins, but high, safe, low. Literally, Ornella's track record is not awful. It was lots of highs, lots of mids, safes, and then this low position here. It just would never give her anything. Didn't want to give her nothing. Jesus. Wow. I meant to say anywho. Any2. I enjoyed this lip sync, but not really, because I just hated seeing these two lip sync against each other. I thought they both did a good job in their own sort of way. I'll be honest with you and say that I think that Clover did better, but It's been too many. So I love Ornella too. I thought Ornella did really good. I thought Clover won the lip sync, and I said, but they're not gonna keep Clover to do what? So it's an Abby OMG moment of all them bottoms, and oh, we up here now? Like, I don't think so. Um, but Ornella is safe, thank God. At the same time, I'm sad for Clover. I feel like Clover was dragged this season by the back of a truck with chains wrapped around her legs and a cement brick tied to her hair. Do you hear me? They said, "New queen, we're going to get you, girl." I'm not really thinking this, y'all. I'm talking some schmack, just so we're clear. But like, bitch, not a time to kill. Honey, like, listen. Yes, I shot him dead, and I'd do it again too. Like, where is Samuel L. Jackson to jump into this picture and talk about the nonsense that was placed? Baby girl, you should have gotten at least one win this season, at least one, and that was the girl group challenge. T, you deserved at least one, Clover, one, and it was for the girl group challenge. If anything, I'd say two actually, because when it came to the comedy challenge with the roast, when they had to do the the stand-up set, and she actually was hosting and doing the bit, that's two. There you go. So I'd say two wins, at least two. At least two. Ornella should have at least one at this point on top of that. There's just a couple of things that happened. I'm not to shade Petita and also Pink Shadora low key, but like, there were moments that did not make no damn sense. So that was another reason why it didn't make sense why Pink went home. It was like, well, how? Like, what's? And then Bestia, it was like, wait, what? Wait, hold up. Huh? I think Clover will be fine in terms of not just the fandom, but honestly, from what I witnessed as her as a person on this show, I'm a fan. I have mad respect. And I think she was one of the best things to happen to the season. She honestly had some of the best commentary too. And she felt relatable because this is someone who was a fan of the show who then started doing drag. And of course, all of this led to what it was. And we got to witness that journey, in a sense, happen on Drag Race España. Very relatable. And I think a lot of people are going to look at that as something to be like, okay, bitch, if she can do that within that amount of time, I can do that. It is something to be said. When you want something bad enough, baby, you're going to go get it. And you take your time when you're ready. But when you want it, honey, grip. Okay. So I got mad respect for Clover. I do. And it's sad just how these things went down. Listen, Kelly Roller, Vanya Vanilla, Petita, and Ornella Gongola are in the top four. There's a reunion, and then the finale. Not to be disrespectful to the other three, but it's Ornella all day. I've been an Ornella fan since the beginning. Y'all have seen my Meet the Queens. I have lived and breathed for that orange lady since then. And I'm going to go in rooting for her, and I will end the season still rooting for her. Forever, whoever wins, congratulations to them. I just want that to be it would just make my world if Ornella won. But I understand this is TV. It took me, remember, Marta, it's your video. Remember, Marta, it's your video that got me there, okay? It's your video. I said, she tagged me, y'all. This video's for Matty Rants. I said, stop it, Marta. But yes, I need to listen. But yeah, I want her to win so bad. And we'll see. I don't know. Kelly Rowland's about to sweep. Can you imagine? I don't know. It's possible. Listen. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate y'all for being here. I had somewhat fun today talking about this show. No hate, please, and no hate to anybody who we have discussed today. The show itself, producers. judges none of the above. That's not this kind of platform over here. We just give our opinion, and it may be a little critical sometimes, but we still mean the best for those who we discuss. So make sure you hit that like button before you walk out the door. Make sure to get in the comment section and give your opinions about this episode of Drag Race España. Also, if you want to drop a tip in my jar, it's paypal.me/MattyRants, cash up +MattyRants, Venmo MattyRants. Didn't I say an hour? Didn't I say an hour? And I kept my promise. I am going to get back to something that's more entertaining right now, which is Diablo Floor. Floor? Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Floor. Marta, once again, thanks for being here in the chat. Reminder, I have Marta Mama's videos linked in each and every one of my episodes for the references, because you need to know what we don't know, because pancakes. Pancakes. Find out what it really was. Marta's video and what references you may not have caught, and you'll get an education at the same time. I appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Give yourself some love on behalf of me, on behalf of yourself, more importantly. And I will see you Saturday for, actually, you might see me Friday for the Mamu-chan video. You'll probably see me Friday for the Mamu-chan video. How I Got My Cat. That's not the title of it, but it's probably I Adopted a Kitten. Yes. I don't know. We're going to have it. It's going to be posted Friday. Then Saturday, it's going to be the All-Stars 8. But yes, the Mamu-chan video is a edited video. It's edited, so it's not going to be a live, okay? I'll see you then. Bye.
Listen.